You're sad
Okay.
rising and I'm sad rising. So, and there's a full moon, so
Yeah.
anything can happen.
Fair.
Hello everyone. This is my first time interviewing, and I'm interviewing Bee of Be Fashionable, and that's BEE. You can find her on Instagram, and what she does is truly an art form. And I'll explain to you what she does by her explaining what she does. Hey, Bee, what are you doing?
Thank you, and congratulations on your first.
Interviewee.
Yay.
I love
So
it.
I am Bee from Be Fashionable, and we are, for lack of better terms, we are the image consulting, your fashion stylist firm. But we're more than just that. We are your stylish friends. And we also believe that not just fitting the body, because that's very important, but also fitting the mind. So that what that means is making sure that whatever we help you with, picking out fashion wise, is suited to you and your personality and then what you vibe with and your energy. And that's working with classic, timeless pieces, adding a little bit of the little trends that are going on so that, you don't look outdated, but helping you to find your style and keeping it, up to date, but also always you and who
Love
you
that.
are.
So I have some fun questions to ask you, even though we had major technical difficulties and we're an hour late in and we're like, oh my God, can I do this again? Yes, we're doing this again. Okay, I'm so excited. I even have my scotch on the rocks. Here we go.
We can do it later as the outtakes, right?
There are so many. Listen, anyways, it's amazing technology. Here we go, Zoom times. So I'm going to ask you, because what you do is really image consulting, but with an artistic approach, because you do want longevity in every item that you select for your clients. It's not just what's trending, like you said, it's about really tailoring, making it look classic, going the distance, something that you'd pass on, which I love, especially now when everything's so unpredictable financially as well, to pick those
Yeah,
pieces that are going to go the distance.
yeah,
So like,
yeah.
and we were talking about this before, like, even if you just have neutral palettes, like blacks and whites, and then having that one piece, je ne sais quoi pièce make me famous, just to add that pop. The outfit looks a little different because you're just, adding a different color, but it's not a full investment for a $200, $300 outfit plus. So love what you
Mhm.
do. So since you're the expert in style and fashion, because you are, what are some fashion do's and don'ts that you preach to your clients?
Um, I do always preach good tailoring. Good tailoring. You can make anything honestly look amazing, even if you find like that discount sports jacket or a discount pair of pants that you love, but they're a little too long or whatever. Tailoring will work magic always. The little ones. It's okay. My
I'm a mom again. I'm going downstairs. Don't move. Nobody move.
okay. No.
So ready from okay. So you said tailoring super crucial. What's a fashion trend that you would say was the worst that you saw of 2020?
The worst one actually, and they just gross me out,
Yeah.
is these running shoes that are like
The
the
mom.
soles are ridiculously bubbled and
I know.
it's just horrible. It honestly, I don't have words for it, and they wear it with the dresses, and I guess I can appreciate it in certain aspects, and a very select few can pull it off
Yeah.
for sure. But no,
It's so funny. Okay,
no.
so how do you feel about mom jeans?
I like them. Actually, one of the best ones is I love it that they've kept the skinny jean is
Yeah.
still there. And they've brought back high-waisted jeans.
Which
Because
every mother should own. Period.
well,
Remember when
you know, and
no?
I again, because I'm not around, oh, you have to own this trend.
Right.
What I love about it is that because the problem is that we had the low rise jeans, which were great if your waist, but everybody doesn't realize is that their natural waist sits differently for every person. So a low rise jean for me, who has a very high natural waist, the low rises were horrible because I bend over and I would have like plumber's crack.
Right.
every time.
Yeah.
And it just was not comfortable because it sat on my hip. So it made
Yeah.
me look very boxy.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm
But
thinking. Like, I don't think it looked good on anybody. The
well,
low butt.
no, that's not. There is the more petite that have the lower natural waist that it sat quite nicely and it defined it.
Yeah.
But what the high waist does is now hugs more because high waist jeans on somebody who has a lower natural waistline would make them look like they're like, I'm dating myself, but Steve Urkel, where like, hey, hi, so that's a no-no, right? And that's the problem, and that's my frustration with trends, is that it works for a very small percentage for that season, but not, I mean, your body doesn't change with trends. Your body is what it is. And that's the thing, as I like to say, is that I help people see and realize that you do not need to be born handsome or
Right.
beautiful to
Yeah.
be wildly attractive. You
Yeah.
don't.
No.
It's how you dress and how you wear something, and then you all suddenly, it's just confidence. And so I like it that, yeah, we have the mom jeans, which the mom jeans are a little of the high waist, but what mom jeans are too is they have a bigger leg. So you can have high-waisted skinny jeans, you can have high-waisted, and what I love that is coming just sort of, it's been at the tail end of this season, and I'm hoping, like, one of the questions is what I'm hoping to see next year is the stovepipe. Well, we used to call them stovepipe, or they're kind of like a culotte. Yeah, the stovepipe is a mixture of the high waist, but the pant leg comes down like it's a stovepipe. So it comes down and it elongates super
We're
quick.
rocking the questions. Okay, here we go. Next question. What would a day with a client look like?
Normally, I will either I like to have a sit down with them, coffee shop, over Zoom, something where I can see them face to face. And then I ask questions, and they're very unique questions that I ask to bring out a lot of their characteristics, to make them enthusiastic. So because what we do is it's based on a person's energy. So really it's based in the core of who they are. My job is to investigate and find out what that unique thing is that excites people, especially about fashion when you're talking about it. Because if you're just talking about the plain fashion trends on the runway, whatever, people are like, it's very subject. I love it because I love seeing the color and the creativity, but it's sometimes harder to translate it for everyday people. So with the questions I ask, they're not necessarily about fashion. It's about me getting to know the client better, because like I said, it's a long-term relationship that we have with our clients. It's not a wham bam one-off type of thing. This is a relationship, so that once we've built the core foundation, then it's just adding and maintaining and keep creating for them. So we'll start with a Zoom interview, coffee interview, ask the questions. Ideally, then I would move into, and hopefully they would invite me and feel comfortable to invite me into their closets, because there is treasures in everybody's closet that I love to see. And then I even get more of a feel of what their style is, because subconsciously we are always drawn to the colors we love that suit us the best, and the basic style of what we love. It just, sometimes they just need tweaking. So a lot of, what's that?
Yes, you're right. It just sometimes needs that little tweak.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And that's where tailoring comes in, because then I get them to try on their clothes and I say, how does this make you feel? And then they're like, well, I like it, but I feel like the arms, and they start fidgeting and they start pulling, and then that gives me the clue of, okay, let's fix this. Sometimes the pant legs are too wide, so we'll trim them down. We'll take in the waist. Everything else is beautiful, but taking in the waist just a bit.
You're right.
Because
especially as women, have
women,
thrown things out because it doesn't fit. Like, how many people have thrown things out because they're like, this doesn't fit me, this feels bad, and it just needed an adjustment.
100%. And then it's just a little investment into the tailoring. I bring my pins, my measuring tape, my tailor chalk, and I mark it all up for them and then take it to the tailors, so they never have to worry about it. And I just bring it back to them. And then there's some stuff that I'm like, nah, out. Yeah. And then I want to donate it. I usually donate the really great pieces to like women's,
I know what you're talking about. The ones for women to go out and get jobs, the ones.
Yes, yeah. There's a couple that I like to donate the clothes to those so that they have something.
Yeah.
And for the men, you can donate it to the Fresh Start Recovery Program, which is a beautiful program. So yeah, so something like that. So after going through their wardrobe, helping them organize it, put pieces together that they like, that still suit them, cleaning it out, and that's including shoes, belts, accessories, all of that.
Yeah.
And so I don't ever want to leave people without something.
Right.
So I always make sure that we can still create outfits out of their stuff that they have. And I show them how to put the clothes that they already have invested in to use and put outfits together for them so they have something. And then I always make a list. Okay, what do we need to fill in? Do we need a brand new winter coat? Do we need some sports coats? You always got to, as a lady, you always want to have that elegant black dress that you can dress up or dress down depending on the circumstances. Like there's certain core pieces that you always want in your wardrobe. So I always leave them with that.
Right. Okay, here's a fun question for you. If you could dress any one way every day for the rest of your life, take it, honey. What's What's that one? Like, what is it? That one outfit that you have to dress in for the rest of your life. I'm gonna think about that too.
You know, do I get accessories?
How about you have one outfit? Yeah.
So my one go-to outfit would be probably, they're called shirt dresses.
Okay. Yes.
I love them. And I'm kind of wearing one now. It doesn't have the collar like I normally like. It has a mandarin collar, but it's basically like it's a shirt, like a button-up shirt, but it's long, like a dress. And I can wear different belts with it. And it's really, honestly, I have quite a few of them. And when I find them and the ones I like, I'll buy them in all of the different colors that suit me. And I know go with my wardrobe because that's my uniform. When I love being creative, I love trying new styles. But when I need to just get up and go, and when I was working in the luxury men's retail world, you get up, you gotta just make sure you look good, but you're kind of tired after being on your feet for 12 hours a day. I loved it because I could wear the scarf. I could put a little flower or something just to make it pop and be something different. You wear different stocking styles to jazz it up and change it up. So yeah, probably the shirt dress would be, if I have to, that would be my go-to.
Okay, and then last question, because time's a ticking. If you could live in any style era, what would that era be?
The one I love, and probably any of the probably like any of the errors of it would be more the Eastern Europe style. The European, the Italian, even the Ukraine, and Greece. Like their style has always maintained a certain level of just beautiful, down to earth elegance.
Right.
And they're
pride in it for sure. There was a lot of
pride. And their motive of dressing, and even the French, right? Their motive of dressing is to just because they felt good and they wanted to express that. It's not like for a lot of the Western styles. It's for them, it's about how do I look? How do I put myself above other people? And so, and I'm sorry, I want to me, this is a must. I said the shoes were a don't. One of the other, for men or women, I say, please don't, because at that point you've spent a lot of money to look very cheap. And I hope I don't offend anybody.
No, it's true. No, it's very true.
Do not wear more than one brand item, at least, that has the gaudy logo on it. So if you're going to do a Coco Chanel bag, then do the bag.
Yeah.
But don't wear, Coco Chanel earrings and then the bag and then an Armani hat and then like
don't be a walking brand.
Yeah, like if you're going to do brands, I personally don't like brands. I don't like gaudy logos. To
Right.
me, it's like they need to pay me to advertise.
Right.
I'm not spending money to advertise for these
You're on
companies.
a billboard. Mhm.
And but that's me, and I know not everybody feels that way, and that's okay. So if that's what you like to feel
I
good,
I got it. This is my
I love it.
logo.
I love it. Yes, that is the logo everybody should be wearing.
But I
Everybody.
just try to make it very subtle so it's still an artistic experience.
You know, and I want to touch base on that, you know. I don't think we have enough time, and we should need to redo this too at
Oh,
some
no.
point, because I'm
Are you
like,
gonna critique?
no, I do want to say something about your designs and what attracted me to your stuff when I saw it was that, to me, I love artwork, but I always had a challenge of trying to make sure to put it on my wall, and then I'm like, oh, I'm spending all that money and I don't. What I love is that you're creating your art, but I get to wear it. And whether it's a beautiful pocket square, whether it's a scarf, you know, the bow ties that you have are just amazing, and it's art that you get to take with you. It's sort of like the tattoo. If you don't like a tattoo, hey, just, you know, it's still artwork, and because of all the colors that are mixed into it, it plays with so much that you can pull out in your outfit and stuff. So even with going back to my shirt dresses,
Yeah.
you know, wearing your scarves or your pocket squares are phenomenal because you just pull out those little colors.
You're so sweet.
So yeah, but that's the timeless. Those are the timeless classic pieces of fashion, not fast fashion. This is stuff that, like I said, for whatever reason, somebody doesn't, you know, suit, and it goes into an estate sale and it ends up in the garage, or, you know, a garage sale, or even a secondhand store. Because I love going through secondhand stores because
I do.
you find
Yeah, me too.
gold pieces,
Yeah, you
just
really do.
amazing
Yeah.
pieces that will last forever. And your scarves would be one of them because it's just so timeless. It's great quality. So yeah, it's one of those that you're like, oh my God. And there's
Well,
a story
listen.
behind it.
Well, yes, and like you said, the quality, the price point. Yeah, you could buy a $25 pocket square. Mine are not,
Yeah.
and
No.
to justify, because I really did want a really high quality grade of silk. How I justify it is that I wanted to make it something that could not only is a pocket square, it's a bag
No.
accessory. The woman can wear it around the scarf. This is a pocket square, but the
Yeah.
sizing was done in a way that could also be this.
Yeah.
So you have more. You can share it with your
Yeah.
people, your
Yeah.
spouse. You can share these. But enough
Yeah.
about me. Oh, and you can frame it. You can frame it on your wall.
I never even thought about that. Totally. You could, couldn't you?
You can frame it and do the pins on the back so it has like a
Yeah.
movement. Like, because it is like a
Oh,
frame.
absolutely. I never even thought
You
about that.
don't need to buy
100%.
artwork anymore. Just frame your stuff.
Just to touch on though, when you talk about price point, and one of the things I tell my clients, it's about quality over quantity.
Thank you.
So yes, you can go buy a brand name, but you're still not necessarily buying quality. You're buying the brand name. And they a lot of times have cut corners so badly and you're paying for their marketing budgets. So they don't have ethical human rights for their workers. They aren't using sustainable resources and things like that. So you're still paying a high price for, to me, a very low quality energetically, because when people are working with those materials and that pattern, they're
Their
imprinting
energies
themselves.
there. Mm-hmm.
And if
People are
they're
happy.
not happy and it's not their career and they don't love it, it's like, that's why like a tailored suit is so much more. It just has so much more to it, and
It's
it's
so
because people
true.
are infusing. So it's never a bad thing to necessarily pay a higher price
Mhm.
for the good quality,
Quality.
and it will pay for itself in the long run. Like this jacket that I have as well. Your scarves, the other company that I was talking about, these are pieces that you're going to have in your wardrobe for years and years. And you know, you might put it away for a season just because you tuck it away, and then you pull it out and you're like, oh my God, I totally forgot about this, and it's still just as amazing as ever. So never justify or even shy away a higher priced item as long as it's good quality. It's well worth the price.
But you're so interesting. So I do want to get together again because I think there's going to be a nice specific hot topic about fashion that we can talk about,
Yes.
especially as 2021 is approaching. I do want to ask you, not now, but the next segment, what trends you foresee for 2021. I know you're getting excited. Don't tell me yet.
Like,
Oh, wait, quick.
so much.
Okay, quick in one sentence. What do you think is the newest trend for 2021? Because my child's here again.
Actually, you're gonna love it. Love it, love it, love it, because
Parole officer. Yeah.
Diane Keaton style,
Yes.
that bigger,
Yes.
with a bit of the shoulder pads and
Ladies,
stuff
give
like
me.
that. It's coming back. It's
I
coming
feel like
back.
pocket squares can go somewhere for women because that's what I've been wanting to
Yep.
do, break the
Kind of the trench coat, sports coat style, the little bit of the beautiful pants that are more like that stove type pants,
yes.
dress pants, flowy but bigger. There's a lot of very bigger styles, very
But
androgynous.
you're so sexy. Like it's just so sexy. I have to say, if it's done right. Like
If it's done right,
Taylor.
absolutely.
Can you say Taylor? Good.
Taylor. Absolutely. And we can always do that for the second part.
Yes.
Definitely we'll talk about how to do it properly. And the big shoulders, the exaggerated shoulders are coming back.
Yeah.
And I really want to touch on those because they can be good and it can be bad. So
I'm excited about that.
I'm always careful of you don't want to, the old phrase of you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. So all these trends are good if you incorporate them and pick and choose. So
that's amazing. Well, thank you, Bee, and thank you everyone for seeing our first interview as a real working mama. Again, Bee at Be Fashionable, BEE Fashionable, and I'll put it at the bottom. Don't forget to send me all those fabulous
I will. Yes.
Pictures that I need to insert so people know what bubble shoes are. I'm sure they do, but we're gonna tell them again.
Oh, yes.
And then so bye everybody.
Bye.
Okay.